Carissimi fratelli e sorelle, con profondo dolore devo annunciare la morte del nostro Santo Padre Francesco.
At 7:35 a.m. local time in Vatican City, the Pope passed away at the age of 88. He had been the Pope for 12 years and continued to bless his people right till the very end. After being in the hospital for 38 days fighting pneumonia, the Pope delivered what he could of the Easter blessing yesterday to the crowd that gathered in St. Peter's Square.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona Pasqua.
Dear brothers and sisters, happy Easter.
Then this morning he passed away from a stroke in his apartment. Russell Crowe tweeted a photo of Rome at 12:55 local time, writing, "A beautiful day in Rome, but a sad day for the faithful. Rest in peace, Francis." Leonardo DiCaprio, who rarely posts on Instagram, honored Pope Francis and called him a transformational leader, not only for the Catholic Church, but also for environmental reform and activism. Emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life, Pope Francis urged individuals, communities, institutions, and world leaders to unite in caring for a common home. During the filming of my documentary Before the Flood in 2016, I had the honor of sitting down with Pope Francis for a conversation on the urgent need to address climate change. That experience was enlightening, deeply moving, and thought-provoking. Pope Francis is one of the most extraordinary spiritual leaders of our time. His legacy will continue to inspire generations of environmentalists around the world. May he rest in peace. And that "we are all one" approach wasn't just in regards to humans caring for the earth, but no, it's also for caring for each other. Whoopi Goldberg, who got to meet the Pope on a couple of occasions, wrote, "He was the closest in a long time that seemed to remember that Christ's love enveloped believer and non-believer. He felt more like Pope John the 23rd, who made belief real. Sail on, Pope Francis, with your love of humanity and laughter." Kate Walsh commented on Whoopi's post that she was heartbroken, while Celia Cruz commented with the prayer emoji, and Debbie Mazar added hearts. And Lisa Ann Walter wrote that he was a breathtakingly good human. Rest in peace, Francis.
We all woke up to the news of the passing of Pope Francis,
Yeah.
and we understand that you actually got a chance to meet
I
him.
did. You know, I was so fortunate to meet him.
Yet today, on Live with Kelly Mark, Eva Longoria recalled her interaction with him in 2016.
My husband asked him, "Will you please bless us? We're about to get married." He goes, "Of course, of course." So he grabs our hands.
Yes.
And he starts the blessing, and I go, "We're divorced. Just so I know that's a bad thing."
You say it.
Yes, I felt bad. Like
You were,
I
like,
felt like
confessing.
you should know this.
You
We're
were
both divorced. He goes, "Do you love each other?" And I said, "Yes, we do." And he said,
Right now we do.
and then he gave us a blessing. It was beautiful.
Eva wrote on Instagram afterwards, "Rest in peace, Your Holiness, Pope Francis. Thank you for being an ally to so many of us and speaking up for the marginalized. Your compassion, kindness, and humility will always be remembered." Patricia Heaton shared a photo of her meeting the Holiness and wrote, "It was such an honor and privilege to meet Pope Francis. His life's work, continuing Christ's message of love, faith, and unity, has both propelled and inspired me. Antonio Banderas remembered him as a pope who showed kindness, love, and mercy to the neediest people." Viola Davis shared a video of some highlights from Pope Francis' speeches over the years and captioned it, "Truly Anointed." Roma Downey shared one of his quotes, "From my point of view, God is the light that illuminates the darkness, even if it does not dissolve it, and a spark of divine light is within each of us. Pope Francis, rest in peace." And Pope Francis shared that light one final time after his Easter address yesterday as he traveled around St. Peter's Square to once again be amongst the people, which is really his goal of his reign. That was my encounter with the Pope. I traveled to Italy, it was like 2014 and 2015, and I was in Rome for 4 days, and one of those days was a Sunday, so I decided to go to Vatican City to at least catch the end of his address. And yeah, I took the subway there. I remember I missed one train by a few seconds, so it was every 15 minutes I had to wait. I remember looking at the map before I left, and I wasn't really sure when he came up from the underground where exactly it was going to be, but I thought hopefully I can just see the St. Peter's Square from when I come from underground. So I took the train, got there, came up. Where am I going? Okay, I think I'll go this way. And just as I walked into the St. Peter's Square, he was just passing by in his mobile. So it's perfect timing. So I got to see the Pope. I bother you with that story because I think it fits along with what celebrities were saying in their tributes to him in terms of inclusivity. I'm not Catholic and I'm also a gay man. So the Catholic Church before this Pope, was against me basically. And I never would have gone anywhere near the Vatican if that was still the case. Not out of fear, but just out of spite. I wouldn't have paid for a tour to go through the Vatican if that was the circumstance, if I wasn't welcome there to begin with. But Pope Francis was welcoming, and I made a point of saying that several times over his reign. But he dragged the Catholic Church forward to a place closer to where humanity always should have been, and still needs to get to. To a place of acceptance of all. I thank him for that. How will we remember Pope Francis?